I think we're live. I don't know if it's going to be able to pick up everybody, but
we're... Just put it in the middle.
Yeah, put it in the middle. Yeah, that's what they used to do. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is like kind of a Smashcast. It's inspired by Smashcast. It's going to be Slaine, JonnySQ, Kid, Bebop, the carpool that went up to Mountains of Might, right?
Besides the Hermiston Bros.
Yeah, besides the Hermiston. Yeah. This is our carpool. I mean, ISD had his chance. He chose his side. Yeah, we were just, I don't know. We wanted to do this because we were just bored on the drive, and we were like, "Fuck it, let's do this."
Yeah, we're already talking about the scene in the tournament anyway, so we might as well record it. So
I know, but now I kind of don't want to re-go over all this stuff we just said.
Oh yeah.
Even though we fleshed out all those ideas, we're kind of like, we're kind of over it. So we're just gonna talk about something new now. I guess we can talk about how everybody felt about today. We'll go around and we'll see how everybody felt and how they did. So we'll start. I always start with me because I did the worst. I busted out Pyramithra, not pulling through. Fuck it, I'll go back to Link. We'll see how that goes. Played a round one guy who was new to the game. I think he like barely started playing because he played Bowser and then Cloud, and he like SD'd every game like twice or something. But yeah, he's just new to the game. And then round two, I played into Pladman, was the number one seed, the really good Bowser player. He ended up winning the whole tournament.
He's number 2 in Idaho.
Yeah, number 2 in Idaho. First game, he kind of creamed me. Second game, it was closer, but he still won. So I'm like, okay, you know what, fine. And then in losers, I beat... Oh my God. I can't remember. I beat someone, and then I lost to Potato. Pyramithra let me down again, so whatever. We'll see. But no, everybody was all playing really well today. And I guess we can go with Johnny next.
Yep, me. Johnny. Because I did the next worst in this bracket.
In this carpool at least.
I did this carpool at least. So my round one, he was only going to use a Joy-Con, like a single Joy-Con. I'm like, this poor guy, he's like, yeah, I forgot my controller. And I'm like, dude, I'm just going to grab I have a spare Pro controller, so I grabbed that. I'm like, here, you use this today.
Wait, he played Pro or GameCube?
He had a single Joy-Con.
No, I know, but like his controller, what did he normally use?
I have no idea. I think maybe he had like 2 Joy-Cons.
Oh.
You know?
I nerfed.
Not my other Joy-Con.
So I played him. He played Joker. And then like midway through the match, he's like, "Oh, I forgot to put it on tilt stick for for the little stick
the
thing.
Controls, yeah.
For the controls." And so I decided not to use projectiles that game. Still ended up winning. He was really amazed at every back air I did. Like whenever like he was getting up from stage and I just back aired him, he was like, "Whoa, that was good." I'm like, "Thanks, man." He was really nice. And then my second round, it was the second round, this guy was kind of a riot. He was just ready to go in.
I heard, yeah.
He went for wireframe Little Mac.
Was he the one that was like screaming and stuff?
Yes, yeah, he was like screaming the whole match. Like he was really just high energy. And it was a lot of fun. And then, game 1 he went Little Mac. And I'm just goofing off. I'm winning. I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to have fun with this. Game 2, I'm like, you know what? Let's go Banjo while we're at it. And so I went Banjo. He went Pac-Man. And then his last stock, he just SDs because he like jumps off the trampoline and it just goes instantly off stage. And I'm like, bro. And so that was fun. And then I went right into Mark Yosh. And I hadn't gone to set up Mark Yosh yet. And so game 1, he goes as Marth. I go Gunner. And whenever we're picking stages, he's like, you pick whatever stage you want. You pick the stage.
Dude, he did that to me when I, like, the one time I played him.
Oh.
Like, even when I won games, he was just
he's just that, he's just that way. He's just that way.
Like, super chill.
He's super chill. And I'm like, and I told him, I'm like, you're just being big brain. Like, I know you're being casual, but you're also being big brain at the same time. Because you're not revealing any cards of what stages you like or anything. And he just kind of laughed, you know, like, whatever, man. Like, and then, so
And that was game 3?
So game 1, I 3-stocked his Barth. I felt pretty good. He missed so much, like, stuff that should have hit, and it just missed. And Marcus was like, man, I'm angry now. Like, he thought that, like, a lot of his moves should have landed, and they should have landed. Some of them really, like, I was really shocked they didn't land. Like, there was a forward smash, and it looked like I was right on the tipper, and no, it completely whiffed. And I'm like, okay, I'm cool with that. Game 2, I decided to choose PS2 again, and he's like, oh, I guess since I let you pick whatever stage you want, I mean, okay, we can go back to the stage you won on. And I told him before that, I'm like, okay, your turn to pick a stage because I'm banning now. And he's like, no, you're picking a stage. I'm giving that responsibility to you. I'm like, okay. And so then he goes Yoshi. He has this purple Yoshi. Just about 3-stocked me with that Yoshi. And I'm like, crap. Like, I kept just missing things. And I'm just thinking, like, I know I can pin him down. I know I can do this. That was just a rough game. I know I can do it. In game 3, I decided to go back to PS2. Actually, before I did that, I asked him, I'm like, how stubborn am I right now? And Marcos was like, very. Like, whenever in doubt, just say very. And I'm like, okay, good point. So I go back to PS2, game 3. I ended up getting a really early stock lead. And then, really early stock lead. And then we just played the slowest game. Like,
Images of Zark.
Well, yeah, Zark will, like, sometimes kind of try to approach. Markios was like, I'm having nothing to do with this. I'm throwing my eggs over here. You come and approach me.
The Robotnik, yes.
And he was ready to time me out, even though I would have been the one to time him out.
Oh, like you would have won?
I would have won if I just timed him out.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, I kind of want to beat you up and win. And so I kind of took that risk. It turned out, there was a few moments where I thought I lost. There was a few moments where I thought I won, and it was close. And I ended up, like, barely itching it out with some, like, spare, like, grenade that came out. So after facing Marcos, I was super happy about that win. I go right into Plaidman. And Plaidman is the most methodical Bowser I've played.
Yeah,
like, he's not scary. He is not a scary Bowser. I don't feel like I'm going to instantly die from him. But every hit I got from him, it felt pretty fair. Which is pretty rare for a Bowser to have. But he outplayed me. Like, he was good. Like, I felt like I was doing a lot of things right. He was just doing his game plan better. And so I was like, okay, that was a good fight. I went 0-2 on him. So I'm like, okay. And so I go into losers. I'm looking at bracket. I see Potato way down there. I'm like, okay, it's either Slaine, ISD, or Bebop that I'm facing. And then Potato takes out 2 of those 3. And I'm like, oh, if I'm facing Potato, I think I can do it. Okay. And then Bebop beats Potato. I'm like, okay, oh no, Bebop. All right. I got this. I can do this. And then game 1, I decide PS2 because I'm like, okay, good neutral stage. And Bebop plays just such a clever gameplay that game 1. Like, he's just outside of my bubble the whole time. You know, putting the PK fires out. And I'm like, wait, what am I supposed to do about this again? Like, my nades aren't really doing much. If I try to approach, he's got some schmixy stuff. I'm kind of scared right now, and I mean, I was kind of going back and forth, but Bebop clearly had, like, a lead on that one, and clearly beat me on that. And so game 2, I'm just like, okay, he's banned these stages. I think Battlefield will do it, so I go to Battlefield. I feel like I won that first game fairly solidly for game 2. And then game 3, we're, like, figuring out the ban system. And apparently our interpretation was we had 3 bans and DSR. So I took out every stage that, like, would give Bebop any sort of advantage.
This was kind of weird.
So we ran it back to Battlefield. I thought I was doing so well because, like, I thought I had fully adapted to him because I wasn't jump get-upping at all. And he was trying to catch my jump get-up. But then the very last time I get up, it's a jump get-up. And then he's like, yeah, forward air, gone.
You will do it one day.
Oh, and then I lost. And then Bebop popped off. And I'm like, yeah, you deserve that pop off. You did good. You did good. And yeah, that was my round. I got 5th. I was seeded 5th. And I wanted to get 4th, but I'll take 5th.
Still felt pretty decent about it.
I still got a win that I really wanted.
Yeah.
So
For sure. Yeah, no, the Mark Yosh one was super good.
The Mark Yosh one was what I wanted the most. So. Okay,
Fantastic
so
run.
it's on to you, Bebop.
All right.
You're the next lowest placer.
Kind of spoiled it for him.
Okay, so like the first 2 rounds weren't very eventful. Like the 2 people that were like new to the game, first person I double 3-stocked, he had Joy-Cons, and then the second person, it was almost a double 3-stock.
Oh.
He like barely got one of my stocks. But yeah, they're nice guys. And then I went right into Vernon Nubis my round 3. He played Richter all day, and it's a fun matchup, but definitely inexperienced in it. And game 1 was actually really close. I killed him like when he was at like 40 like second stock, and so was last stock, and he just barely clipped me with like I think he like side beat, and then like it clipped my little hair quiff hurt box, and then he back aired me. And then game 2 he definitely like had more of a handle on it. I felt like I was still doing fine in neutral, but he would just get me off stage, and like I would really like struggle getting off ledge and stuff. So he 2-stocked me pretty solidly game 2. And then I think straight in, like when I went to losers, I think I played Chichone right away, Ivan, and that was a pretty like it was a 2-0, but it was like a pretty close set. I think I 2-stocked him on like game 2, but just like a really slow game. Like that's kind of how our sets have been going lately. I think game 2, even though I was like had a stock lead, like there's like 50 seconds left at the end of the match. It's just kind of how the matchup plays out. But that was a super fun set, and then I fought Potato right after that, and it was nice getting revenge on two of our CWA boys.
I'll take it.
So yeah, I 2-0'd him. Game 1 was really close, and then game 2 I just kind of gimped him a couple times and did get under. And yeah, so not too eventful, but it was a good set. And then then I went to you, right?
I'm pretty sure.
No, then I went to Johnny. I can't skip
Johnny.
Sorry,
Man.
Johnny.
Well, Johnny explained it already.
Yeah, I guess I'll just kind of like go my 2 cents over. I played really well game 1. I was just like really patient. I felt like really in the zone, I guess. I think I 2-stocked you, and I was at like 40% or something.
Yep.
And then I was like really confident game 2. I'm like, all right, just close this out. And then you adapted, and you just kind of caught me like with some really like goofy stuff to like take my stock early too, because I think we were tied, and you stealth burst me off stage.
Yeah,
like
I got behind your.
You got behind me, and I wasn't even in the air. So even though I was holding it down magnet, it like you got it behind me and it killed me. And
I was surprised that worked.
I audibly was like, what the fuck?
I think I remember you actually saying that.
Yeah, no, I did.
Because I knew you were tilted after that.
Yeah,
I
I was like, because it was like a super close game, and then you like just killed me. And then I think that was down to the last stock, but you still won that really solidly. And then game 3 was really close. I can't remember. I think you got an early lead, but I kind of was bringing it back.
Yeah.
And yeah, like just a good set of adaptation. I had like a mini pop off. Like one thing I will say, I wish. I was pretty disappointed that it wasn't a best of 5 because it's a best of 3.
I was gonna say
that was
that
actually
was
disappointing because
weird.
our set could have gone to a game 5.
So I think I would have it would have felt like more like not like I guess earned is the wrong word, but it would have been more satisfying if it was best of 5.
Did they say why only top 4 was? But was it time?
They thought it was because of time, because they didn't know how long it was going to last. But they were like, yeah, next time, like for sure, we'll do best of 5 all the way through top 8 because it went through
a lot earlier than they thought it
would. Yeah, it did way earlier. Yeah, we were even there for a little bit too.
Yeah, we chilled out for a while.
For sure.
Oh, I'm sure that's going to pick up on the audio.
It was a good set, and now I'm up on Johnny this season, which feels good. And then right after that, I played right into Kid, and we played on the projector, and he pulled out the Steve on me. It's like the only second or third time he's tried him out on me in bracket, and usually I do really well against it, but he 3-0'd me. He definitely played super well, and I wasn't prepared for it, and yeah, it kind of felt like a bummer that I was the one that I played on the projector, because I was like, oh, what the fuck do I do? I just like you're mining behind blocks, and I have just like PK fire and PK freeze.
Yeah,
this is like the lamest spectator match. But yeah, no, I wish I could have done a little bit better against you there, but it was still a good set, and I was happy for your run. So yeah, that was my run.
first game, I had to fight like some newcomer. I always feel bad when like, oh, I'm new, so like the first time I'm going to oh no. I'm like the Bane, like, should I go K-roll? I mean, that's even worse. If I go K-roll. That's like a casual destroyer right there. So like, I'm gonna go Steve. I saw some dude, Johnny, he really liked your mods. He really liked it, especially the Zelda skins.
Yeah.
He wanted me to tell you that. He really, really loved the mods.
Good.
Game 1, he went Samus. And for me, thanks to Jules. I mean, it was online, but like still thanks to Jules. I understand the Samus matchup more with Steve, so I didn't have a problem. I just two-stocked him. They went Zelda, which I was a little bit scared because I hate Zelda a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. But I remind myself, like, oh, this guy's first tournament. Like, not to be mean, but Zelda's probably not gonna be that good. So I two-stocked him. I felt really bad. I was like, oh, I hate doing that because I know that feeling, like being new to like a scene and getting your ass whooped. It sucks.
It's very, very demotivating.
Oh, yeah, it is. I was like, fuck. I don't want to demotivate someone. I hate that. Like, I want to motivate people to like come back, like improve. I don't want to demotivate people. That makes me feel so shitty.
You just gotta let them take game 1, dude.
Yeah. And then second game, I had to fight like this really good Falco player. Surprisingly, I 2-0 her. I was so surprised because like
she's from the Idaho scene.
Yeah.
Plattman was telling me that like she's pretty good.
She let me
was
go
seeded number 2 that tournament.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, it was the number 2 seed.
Above Vermanubis.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was insane because like she just let me get away with so many shit. I'm assuming because she does not know the Steve matchup. I 100% believe she
should because Pow's number 1 in
I
Idaho.
think she recently moved back to Idaho though. I think she was from somewhere else.
Gotcha.
And then when she came in, she was really good.
Like she let me get away with so many things that I should have not gone away with. And I just felt like kind of bad, like, oh my god, she no. And then game 3, I had to fight that's when I had to fight fuck, I feel such a, what's his name?
Vermanubis.
Yeah, I had to fight him. Oh my god. I thought I knew the Belmont's matchup, but I didn't. I was like, oh no, he actually knows to play the fucking character. I'm so used to like shitty random fucking Belmont players on Wi-Fi. That's why I went K-roll, because I'm so comfortable with that. But then seeing his, I was like, holy shit, this guy actually names the character. I have no clue what to do. It makes me so, I was upset, but I was like, alright, no, it's fine. He did really cool though. Like there's some shit he popped up, and I literally popped up for him. I was like, dude, that was nasty. That was fucking the coolest fucking ledge trap I've ever seen in my life. Like that was awesome. It was, oh my god, it was nutty. And then I had to fight against the Falco player again. I had to fight her again. She adapted. She actually started punishing me things that she should have punished.
You fought her twice?
Yeah,
you double eliminated her?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I played her again. I got really scared. Game 2, she clutched it out. I got scared. I was like, fuck. And then she didn't ban Battlefield. I was like, oh thank god. So I went Battlefield. I literally got the most clutch. I wasn't really clutch when I got 2 soccer, but still it was a clutch fight. She stand on one of my blocks. She tried to reflect my blocks. But before she did it, I just ran up and force smashed her. And I got like a 140%. It was Diamond Sword, obviously. And I was like, bruh, you forget that. And then I had to fight you. And I legit told Johnny like a couple minutes like before we knew how to play that I felt confident. Because when we played friendlies in TCT, I can tell. I'm so sorry. I can tell you're getting annoyed from Steve. I was like, because like back then you're like, oh, it's just Steve, it's whatever. But now you're like,
because usually like we play like friendlies against your Steve, and I'd like 2-stock it every time at least.
And then now that I've gotten better, you're like, oh shit, now I gotta learn the matchup. Like, fuck, I gotta learn this fucking stupid character. It was pretty nice. I wish it wasn't 3-0. I wish it wasn't, but it wasn't.
I'll make it closer next time.
Alright, man. I had to fight Verm again. I just felt so not confident. I tried Steve. I didn't feel confident. Carol, I didn't feel confident. With Min, I felt a little bit confident, but it was rusty. I was like, damn. And if I just like unrushed it just a tiny bit.
I think your Min was doing the best against him.
Yeah,
for sure.
If it was like a bit unrusty, I would not have won, but at least would have at least taken a game off of him. At least, okay. That's all I care about. Was at least taking one fucking game off of him. I didn't. I was like, fuck. I was like, you know what? I got 3rd place. It's fine. I want some money. I was like, oh, I got gift cards. Yeah, it's whatever. It's even better.
How much did you guys get for your gift cards? Like, how much were they worth?
In total, mine was $60. I got a $20 Nintendo and then a $40 PlayStation.
See, that's not
mine was $40, and I got $40 for Nintendo.
That's actually really
so, and I think first place got 100, and I think second place got 80.
Yeah, he got 100. He got all Steam gift cards.
Dude, I was fucking jealous.
I was jealous too, a little bit, but I saw the PlayStation gift cards. I was just praying to God, my God, please tell me these guys don't play other games. Please don't play PlayStation. I want that so badly. I'm such a fucking addict for Apex. I need those
Steam,
coins.
like summer or winter sale, like $100 gift card. That's so many fucking
exactly.
games.
Yeah. I wish I had that because I would have bought Street Fighter on PC. I was like, I would have bought Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, super.
But I don't blame him. I don't blame him for taking all the Steam gift cards. That's like literally like the number one best option in my opinion.
Yeah.
In my opinion, the second one was PlayStation. He's PlayStation 1.
That was pretty much our bracket run. I was like, and then ISD, he lost to Potato.
Was it before or after you?
It was after me.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
I think he made some other wins earlier in his bracket though, just against some.
yeah, I don't know who though because I didn't ask him who he played against.
Thimble, that on the other hand, had he got Markish out of the tourney.
Yeah, he took him out of.
Oh, he knocked Marco.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was pretty cool. I love that.
Yeah.
Thimble lost to
Verminubis. Falco.
Yeah, that Falco in losers, but I think he played Verminubis.
Yeah, he played him right before me. Game 1 was really rough. He like almost got 3-star. He might have even gotten 3-star game 1. And then game 2, it was like last stock. It was pretty close.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like the opposite of how my set wished them went.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to if Frayne ever ends up being at that same type of level he was before he kind of had this kind of little
taking the game seriously.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's ever gonna seriously take it again. Like I think he's just kind of content with competing again, and hanging out with friends.
That's true.
Sometimes that's all you need.
Sometimes all you need. That's what got me as far as I did.
Yeah.
Was just chilling with people.
Yeah.
Playing varieties.
For sure.
And, I feel like that's one of the biggest things that's leveled me up as a player, or as far as being well-rounded is just especially during Bebop and I would travel around, going to Hermiston, going to Yakima, going to Ellensburg, and you probably felt this same way when you travel with D and P.
Oh, yeah.
Even though you still have that upper hand, just having that experience in playing that variety of players.
Very invaluable, that experience.
Plus, traveling is just good memories too.
Yeah.
That too. I remember traveling with you and I don't know if it was you, but I remember Sapo and the whole group of us. That was a fun time.
Yeah, because we would go to we went to a gorge all together. I remember that, and then that's where that Sapo picture came from. It's all zoomed in. Yeah, see, shit like that is just fun. It's always great when majority CWA heads always go out and represent. Obviously, Back in Blood was today. Otherwise, actually, I don't even know if we would have went to this because Hermiston would have been a thing if there was no Back in Blood. So I don't know if anybody would have done that. But,
I know this was nice. This last Back in Blood was kind of a rip though, a little bit.
Yeah, for our heroes.
Yeah,
it was rough. Spoiler alert: they didn't do good.
Yeah, it was the competition was steep though.
Yeah.
They had Fatality, they had Elegant, they had some really big names come out.
Well, yeah, that's true. We just could not rise to the occasion this time. But there's always next time. That's kind of the thing. You just take it on the chin and move on. I know one thing that I'm happy about is Mugen getting back into Smash Offline, the Japanese scene.
Dude, I'm excited to see how that turns out.
That sounds so tough.
Yeah.
Being the Japanese scene,
he's got a lot to get back into. Because I don't remember him ever really playing Ultimate too much. I only ever remember him in Smash 4. I know when he came back with that one summer from Japan, he entered a couple of at the time Sunkins. Yeah. He got 5th and 9th or something like that at one.
Yeah.
Or the 2 he went to. I just remember that.
I remember he beat Doroko, or Doroko beat him.
I can't remember, but I remember he got 5th at one of them. And
I think I played him at my second tourney, my second Sunken, and it was rough.
Yeah, always a good veteran player. Glad to see him find the time to. I don't know how he finds the time, but he does. So you know what? Fucking shout outs to Mugen. I don't even know if we're gonna release this. We'll see how it sounds. If anything, we'll just share it amongst ourselves, and if we feel bold enough, we'll just fucking upload it.
Even if we don't want to put it on YouTube, we can just put it on the Discord or something.
Or if like the audio's like shot or whatever. Like I said, I don't know what it's picking up. I'm pretty sure it's picking up the road, but
Oh yeah.
when I did a little bit of the recording, like I felt like I couldn't hear it that bad. So
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. We were also on a smoother part when we did that recording.
Yeah,
the
that's
test
true.
one.
Yeah.
Should we like kind of like talk about the season as a whole now?
Yeah, we can
kinda
talk
'cause it's
about
like
the
almost
season.
done or what? I know we like talked about that like before the recording.
Like location by location, like we can kind of go over players just as a whole.
Yeah.
So let's just start from like all the way to the most western part and just move our way east, or we can do it the other way around. I'm trying to think of which way would be cooler.
Like as a build-up or like just in general?
Yeah. Or maybe like outer areas and then slowly sink in on Tri-Cities.
Yeah, I guess.
So like let's start with like Walla Walla. We have
Sorry, Gucci.
there's some new players as well.
Like is he Turbo? Like no, he's Yakima. Right?
Turbo's Yakima.
Okay.
Then they have like a few like Frozen Rhino, Azul.
Yeah, they're starting to come out.
They're starting to come out more. They're newer players. Zark is probably the hero of that like particular sub area.
Does he have a win on you this season?
Huh?
Does he have a win on you this season?
Zark? No.
Okay.
He beat me 4 times the season before though.
Yeah.
He farmed me hard.
Because I'm trying to think of who his best win this season is. It might be me.
It might be you, yeah. Because this season has been kind of rough for him. Like, he hasn't been to as much, and he hasn't done as well.
He's actually going Yoshi now because of your little bet with him.
Oh, yeah, I made a bet with Zark earlier in the season at a grog. That if it was just for one game, and it was on a random stage. And the bet was if I won this single game against him, he had to play Yoshi for the rest of the season. And if I lost, I would have to play me Sword Fighter for a couple tourneys.
Needless to say, you won.
Yeah, I was lucky. I got Lilat because Lilat was in the random stage list for some reason.
And for the uninformed, Zark, like his main was Yoshi, but recently he's like wants to drop him because he's quote unquote boring, which I
Yeah,
don't blame him.
It's fair. It's fair. Like I know he's picking up Donkey Kong now. That's one of the big ones he really wants to like.
And it's not
push
terrible,
more.
but like,
No, Donkey Kong
but it's
definitely
also
ain't bad.
Donkey Kong.
Yeah. I mean, it's like Flash Streets has a Donkey Kong as well.
They can schmoove. Don't get me wrong, like
Yeah.
in friendlies, but like it's Donkey Kong.
Well, but like as a region, we've felt the pain of Donkey Kong, and I feel like we know how to play against a lot of his stuff.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just
Yeah.
one of those things.
Shout out to
Imagine if,
Yeah.
imagine if Peace went back to Donkey Kong. Just full commitment on Donkey.
No, I think those days are behind him now. He's
That's fair.
reaching for higher things.
That's fair. That's fair.
Or maybe he'll hear this and he'll bring it back. Fuck it. Peace,
Yeah.
bring it back.
Bring back the
we
Donkey
wanted it.
Kong. Even if it doesn't do well, it's just a hype character.
Yeah,
it's just a hype character.
it'll
I
do
will
well in
say,
our
like,
region.
Andres knows what I'm talking about. Like, put the game 4 Donkey Kong away. He knows. He knows.
The game board. Yeah. No.
Yeah, start from game 1 with the Donkey Kong.
No. Okay. So just like a little context. There's been like multiple sets with like against high caliber players where he'll pull out the Donkey Kong, and he'll do like really well, and like he'll be a best of 5, and he'll get the first 2 games, and then he loses game 3 barely. And instead of switching to Wario or now Pyramithra, he would stay Donkey Kong game 4, and then he'd get shit on. And then game 5 he'd switch to Wario, and then he'd barely lose. And it happened like literally like 2 times that I traveled with him. And like on the way home for the second time, I'm like, bro, I've already told you this. Like, put the game 4 DK away. Like, once you lose game 3, switch.
He has that faith sometimes.
I just remember
I get.
his best run ever at Back in Blood. And he pulled that Donkey Kong out on Jeja. And it worked well
That's
for the...
literally one of the times I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, but it
Yeah.
was so good when he played him though.
Yeah.
Like those first 2 games, that Donkey Kong was so fire.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And then he barely lost game 3.
And then he barely lost game 3.
And he got 3-star game 4.
3 fucking 4.
That's what I'm saying,
And then he
bro.
went to Wario. You're right. Oh, that's
So the time before that, it was at the first Daddy's Den. I went up with him, and it was Grands against Cattail. Same thing happened.
I remember watching that on stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 4 horsemen of Iwa that have like replaced Desi because Desi just vanished. It's like the 4 tribes from Avatar.
Yeah, I think that the thing that always gets me about Desi is like no matter every time he comes back though, like he's still number one. I don't think any of them have ever taken a game off of him yet.
No, that's not true.
They've taken games, just
maybe
never
not sets.
Or sets. Sorry, I meant sets. Yeah.
Because like he came back recently and like Piff took him to game 5. Like which is crazy.
I mean they're getting back up there. I don't know how much he plays the game, but like that level of consistency, you know, it's kind of like a Feyblade situation where like he just comes back and like he's still got the juice. It's just wild to see. It's like even after all this time, you're just still number one.
Do you think we'll ever see Fameblade again?
I don't know.
With Taylor gone, I don't think so.
Because we thought he was done for good, and then he came back for Tri-Town.
He came back for Tri-Town, then he was like interested in going to a few more after that.
Then he didn't go for like a long time. Then he went to a few, So like maybe
he went to. He went to like the weirdest ones too. That once he went to a
Neo's
Battle City. Yeah, and that was like
I remember
such an odd one.
That was me, Bebop, and I forget who else. But yeah, we traveled up with Fameblade.
Yeah,
I remember that for about.
That was a fun carpool.
That was a good carpool.
Yeah,
I fucking love Sebastian. He's hilarious.
Oh yeah, it's great.
No, yeah, I wish he would just come even for like the more community aspect stuff. Like same with like Presley, but I mean I get it. Like a lot of their homies who were into Smash are not really playing now. Like they were definitely big on like KB, Jose, you know, like all that stuff.
The old generation.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of those guys like have that competitive spirit in them. So like kind of like similar to Four Eyes, like like they come out and just for like, you know, for fun to like, and like for friends and just competing casually, but like it's hard not to get invested for them. So like that might be part of it.
And they probably just got other shit going on too that they want to focus on. Which, you know, everybody has their season for things like that. I know Peace is all like. I remember him talking on a Move-Ins podcast about that. Just kind of like you know they had their time, and I guess they just kind of like, you know, decided to stop, and he was just wondering when that's going to be for him.
For sure.
So, you know, it just happens.
I hope he doesn't feel too discouraged after this weekend.
I hope not.
Yeah, today
I'm sure he'll
must
bounce
have been
back.
a hard day for him.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll bounce back. But
Yeah, he'll probably win the next couple of locals and then feel better. You know, just kind of how that goes. That's kind of cool.
Just watch. Peace picks up just this new character just to see how it does, and just the Peace Pokemon trainer.
No, I think he has tried that before.
He has tried that before. Yeah.
I think he should like just go Pyramithra and Wario, and then just like stick to that, because like. I really do think the Pyramithra can do it, but I don't think they can do it by themselves. I think they need the Fat Man.
Well, he has so many years in like practice with Wario.
Yeah.
So it just seems silly to like straight up drop him.
Yeah. I mean, it's proven that it's doable. Like, you know, like I guess you know he probably doesn't want to fight like mid-mins and shit with Wario, but like, you know, that Waft is just so powerful. Like, there's so many times like
just the fear factor of it.
Yeah. You know, it changes the game. Like, people have to play around that. Like, they have to be careful. Otherwise, they'll just get farted on and die at 60.
Yeah. Although the other hard part of that is do you think Peace just doesn't enjoy playing Wario at all? Like, I mean, that's one thing. I don't know if he'd ever really say if that was the case or not.
I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think at least at first when he picked up Pyramithra, it was the fact that he just wanted to play them so he could like improve with them and like not use Wario as a crutch. But you know, as he's like, you know, main Pyramithra for a while now, like I'm wondering if he's starting to think like maybe I should bring out Wario for certain player matchups or whatever.
Yeah. But I think he wants people to respect the Pyramithra to that same level that his Wario was at.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the biggest thing, like mentally for him, that I think probably like drives him to keep on grinding with the Pyramithra in particular.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's like just a hyper competitive like player too, and he's like really trying to push his game. Like, he's trying to go to that next level.
Yeah.
You know, so that's like his next level is like you know, like getting like top 8 at like, you know, back and shit like that. Like he's striving for like you know,
that to be on the regular.
And I think the hardest part is he has made that top 8 at Back in Blood. He has made that top 8 in Tri-Town 4. You know, when he had those peak moments.
But I think he just wants like a consistent character that can like help him through it, because he also has like a lot of close ass games with Wario too.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
He probably just wants to make that a little easier. He doesn't want to have to sweat so much all the time.
But I don't know, when you're playing at that level, you kind of have to sweat a bit.
Yeah,
like, you have to be willing to have those close moments and maybe have those close calls, but still clutch it out anyway. I mean,
It's
I
just
look
smash.
at those times when I like would be so close to beating, like before I was on PR, you know, and I was having to face against KB or Wirup or Four Eyes or whatever. Like, I mean, the thing that made that difference between winning and losing against them is just that pure grit of just holding on and just making it through to that last KO hit, you know? And if you're not able to, like, clench your cheeks a bit and dig deep on that, it just... I mean, that's just kind of part of the game in some senses.
For
at
sure.
least, yeah, I would say at least.
Yeah. No, yeah. Just that resolve. Yeah, I mean, he'll probably do some introspection after this tournament. Maybe he'll start bringing them out a little bit more. Who knows? Press 1 in chat if you think Peace is going to bring back the Wario. Press 2 if you think he's just going to stay Pyramithra. Press 3 if you don't want him to play at all.
And press 4 if you want the DK.
We're getting the calls in now. Let's see. I don't know.
Press 2 choose if you want him in doubles with Joel.
Yeah. And then press 1 again if you don't want him to do doubles with Joel. We're just going to use all those numbers. Yeah. They could mean anything at this point. No one will know.
No one will know.
Well, I guess we didn't really go over. We talked about Zark, and then we just like.
Oh yeah,
No,
region by region. So
I like how Peace was definitely a topic, and we just kind of cut right to it.
Yeah, we're like, we gotta get to this eventually.
Whatever. Peace is done now. We've said our piece. So where were we at? We were at Zark.
So we had Zark. So we've already covered kind of the Walla folks.
Yeah, like is there anyone else you guys want to touch up on? Like
him and Gucci Poochie.
Yeah, Gucci Poochie definitely has
he's had
his
some
hot moments.
Yeah, he's had some decent moments this season. I think he might have like a not like a breakout, but like definitely like a more solid season next season.
He's just been getting better. I always knew he was good. I was always a believer.
He just needs to play offline more, you know.
Yeah.
He was a Wi-Fi warrior.
I mean, he is. They're always like asking to do sessions and stuff up there. So and he's getting there. He's just
he has like a lot of like really good setups.
Yeah,
really good setups.
He's got his Rob shit down. He's just he's gonna be a threat if
For
he
sure.
keeps that up.
Yeah.
We need Robs and CWA.
Yeah,
We do need Robs, especially with as
God
many
forbid.
as
God
Portland has. Portland has so many Robs.
Yeah. So
it's a good character, man. You got to know how to play against that good character.
so what would be the next like region?
What about like Wenatchee?
Wenatchee, yeah, that's like Slayer, Fish, and
3-bar.
Yeah, only really Slayer has Slayer and 3-bar come out sometimes. Fish, not so much.
Yeah, I think Fish will come back like next season.
Slayer just told me that like Fish wants to. So yeah.
I
think it's just a matter of time. Like when they're ready to go, they'll be out there.
Yeah.
Especially with like the school year ending or whatever. Like summertime seems like it would be their peak time where if they were gonna make another sweep, that would be when it would be.
Yeah, Slayer and Fish definitely like top 5 players in our region. Really solid, really consistent, especially Slayer. And I think he's like, it's crazy just for how like much he doesn't seem like he cares about like a lot of that stuff. Like he just kind of like plays. He's just
good.
Incredible. Yeah,
He's incredibly good.
Yeah, incredibly good for how laid back he is too. Just raw talent.
And so he's probably going to be like 6th this season maybe because he's only gone to like
Because he
3.
only got to 3 tourneys.
Yeah.
But one of them he got 5th out of 63 people.
Yeah. And like the really big and like
like you look at the other CWA players that placed. Peace got 4th that tourney.
Peace was the only one who placed above him.
Yeah, and then Sin tied at 5th.
Yeah.
In that same tourney.
Yeah.
So that's like, so that's that caliber of players. Bouncing Fish, like incredibly, like definitely another top 5 too. Not quite as consistent, but like still like very much like up there,
For like on the same level for sure.
Like when he doesn't, it's weird though, but like, cause like I feel like Fish, he goes like Crom and DK, and then he'll just like kind of lose and get like 17th or something.
Yeah,
But then
every
he'll get
once
like
in a while.
3rd or whatever.
Yeah, he just maybe it's the mental. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's kind of tricky to tell.
Whenever he goes Lucina, his like runs are super consistent because that's like kind of his like main like best character. I guess just sorties in general. But,
Yeah.
like, he'll like go Cloud against Peace. So.
Yeah, I've seen the Cloud.
But yeah, no, I know I've mentioned this to Johnny like a bunch of times at least, but like Slayer and Fish are like two of the people that aren't really super active right now that like I want the most because I feel like one, they're just like great guys like
Yeah.
in general.
They're
But like,
yeah, much love.
but
for
like
him.
even outside of that, like just where they are like level wise, like with the rest of the scene, like they're the perfect level to like challenge and like give like Peace, like Sin, like Derek, like
Just-
not like help them not be comfortable in where they're at, like actually challenge them, while also like giving like kind of like the bottom half of PR like something to shoot for, that's still achievable, but like I don't know, I just think they're at that sweet spot skill level wise,
Yeah.
where I think they're like really healthy for our scene.
Yeah, very much agree. Yeah.
The more good players we have, the better.
For sure.
Keeps it competitive.
Rounds us out as players and stuff.
Yeah.
And as far as like sessions go for up there, the only one I've heard of actually like hosting more than a few sessions is actually 3-Bar. Like he's played against, like I was actually sessioning with him last like a week ago.
3-Bar.
Yeah.
And he got to like play against like Swafog and like a few others, I think.
Oh, is he with Nashi too?
Yeah, Swafog is
Dude,
what
I want him
actually.
to come out. Like his
Yeah.
clips are crazy.
His
I know.
clips are actually crazy.
But like shout outs to 3-Bar. I think if he comes out to like more stuff, like I can see him like being a threat, like for sure.
Yeah, I could see him at least like being in the mix of the scene and actually like going back and forth with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in the mid level and stuff. So I'm looking forward to when he starts coming out more consistently because I think he can start taking some names.
Oh yeah.
What would the next region be?
So let's travel south from Wenatchee and actually talk about Ellensburg.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Do we really have any players?
I'm
in
clueless, so this is all you two.
So Ellensburg is kind of a weird situation because their scene is
Dead.
Yeah,
dead.
Like the last tourney I've heard of in Ellensburg was a college one, and it was a best of one. I want to say it was still 3 stocks, and it was still like normal rules for everything else. There was like all on FD. And I am like the players that I heard like go into it that I even recognized was Hawaiian shirt guy. Really solid Olimar player, probably the only Olimar player in Washington I know as of now.
That's active at least.
That's active
Yeah.
at least.
Siwa's had 2 other Olimars for some reason.
Oh yeah, we had
With-
Nemesis
and then
Ghosty.
Yeah, Ghosty played him
Yeah.
too. Surprising, a lot of Olimars.
Yeah, but even then, they're still really rare to
Yeah.
be seen.
Oh, yeah.
Or actually, Presley had one too.
I don't know. I feel like he lost every time we brought him out. Though.
True,
He was just
true.
kind of like shitting with him. Or,
Yeah.
just trying
Did
to-
Hawaiian shirt guy come out to anything like this season? He's kind of been MIA.
No,
right?
he's been MIA for a while now.
Yeah. So
The last one he went to was Battle City.
did anyone from Ellensburg actually compete this season?
Not this season, no.
Not even Appa Beats and.
Not even Appa
oh, yeah,
Beats
they
and
didn't
Davey, because
come
they
out.
used to go to stuff too.
Yeah.
And I
And
think-
Appa Beats almost got some pretty good
Yeah,
wins,
I mean, like,
actually.
he was
he
like,
brought
you know-
D to game 3. Like he beat D's Bowser.
Yeah, got a game
And
on
then
it.
he had to switch Falco to beat.
It's always good to do.
Yeah, no, he I think he was playing Shulka first, and then he switched to ZSS.
And the ZSS switch, I think, was a really good switch.
Yeah, no, so I was looking forward to seeing him come out this
Yeah.
season. So hopefully he'll come out soon.
Yeah.
I'm sure like he and I can't remember his friend that he would go up with.
That was Baby.
Baby,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure that they like it's like school or something like that.
They're
But
probably busy.
I-
Yeah.
I-
Because that's a long ways to drive all the
Yeah.
time, especially because they go all the way down to Hermiston.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that shit's wild. You guys are dedicated. I love to see the dedication though.
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
for sure. And then the other Ellensburg player that comes to mind. Well, there's actually 2 more.
Oh yeah.
So there's Slop
and
Marshy.
Marshy, yeah.
So Marshy is the legendary hero main that won 2 tourneys, and then did okay at the last Nerdcore.
Yeah.
I lost to him, so that the one time I got to face him, I lost. I have a notorious like win rate with heroes in general.
It happens, man.
It happens. It
Yeah.
happens.
shout out to Gambit.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Gambit. Shout out to Puddles.
Yeah, Puddles did have.
Shout out to Marshy. I was able to beat Ty's hero though, so
Hey.
there's one.
slop another
And then-
CWA Bowser.
Another CWA
Yeah.
Bowser.
And beat Ty at some point too.
Beat
offline.
Ty offline at a Battle City.
Yeah.
And I beat Slop that tourney too. I was happy I beat Slop offline because he and I were like rivals in the online meta. We'd go back and forth, and he was a lot of fun to play against.
Yeah.
I don't know if he enjoyed playing against me as much, just because like big body Bowser things, but
Hashtag me gunner.
Yeah.
hashtag me gunner.
I get hit by all that stuff.
But-
It doesn't look fun sometimes.
I don't know if we'll see Slop anytime soon, but
I mean, what was he like?
I think he was Ellensburg native, but he
Oh,
might
okay.
have just been there for school. That's a trickier one to
Yeah.
tell.
Because I've heard nothing from him,
Yeah.
which kind of sucks. But I mean, I don't know. People, maybe he just can't find the time. A lot of
Yeah.
things. Can't really judge people for that.
Yeah. So while we talk about kind of like the random areas in the north, there is one other player I want to mention that probably hasn't been mentioned in quite a while, but was at Tri-Town and actually beat Shumbez and got active to game 3. Popsicle.
Oh!
Yeah.
Nessmain.
Yeah.
So
I can't believe he beat Shumbez.
yeah,
He must have had a glow up because I remember whenever I or D would fight him, we would just kind of like blow him out.
Man, I never went against Popsicle. I played him once online, and like, nope.
I never got to play him.
Yeah, D and I played him offline, and we were just the child slayers
Yeah.
those days. Yeah, just
He was like the youngest player there.
Isn't
Him
his
and
brother? Like, isn't his brother Coconut?
His brother's Coconut. He was like 8 years old or something like that when he played. And I just remember like he was trying to get through like the tiny sunken venue, and I was standing in front of him, and we both like went back and forth like trying to get past each other. And I'm like, I'm sorry, and he just kind of like laughed nervously and just like walked past.
Oh my gosh.
It was really funny actually.
yeah.
But
I can't believe he went to a Tri-Town. Did you talk to? Did he ever say like probably school? I would bet.
yeah, because he lives all the way up in Othello
Oh,
apparently.
he does. Damn,
Yeah,
that's a
so
fact
he
that
lives away. So.
Oh, okay, I thought he
and
was closer.
And the only way I got him to come is I just personally invited him. I gave him a little gif of like a villager with the little mail smash thing,
Oh.
and I invited him to it because I wanted him to be there because I knew he was good.
Yeah.
And
Hope he's gotten better.
yeah, I hope we eventually see him around again. Part of me feels like we could. There's a slight chance that he might.
I mean, yeah, always welcome. Yeah. Fellow a little ways away though, so
Yeah.
I guess it would kind of suck. Dang, yeah, that is kind of wild. I'm glad to hear. Yeah, because Shuma is a really good player, but I mean, Snake Nest, a little harder of a matchup.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Well, no, Shumez doesn't play Snake though.
Oh no, Shumbez doesn't. Yeah, that's
You're thinking of
Averpax.
That's
Averpax.
Averpax.
Yeah.
I guess we may as well go to Wapato
Yeah.
since we're already on the topic of these
Yeah.
guys.
Even though it's a little, yeah. I mean, you walk up to Yakima. Yeah, it's almost the same.
Nah, I consider them different enough.
They're different, but I mean, like area-wise, like
Yeah.
they're close enough to where like we could talk about kind of that whole
We
area.
could start talking about the whole area, yeah.
But yeah, Averpax, Shumbez, really solid. I wish they could go out to more
Yeah,
stuff.
I don't know why they don't. Like,
They are still in school, so
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they might not be, like, part of me wants to say they're broke or something. Because I remember they went all the way, like, they were thinking about going all the way out, but they didn't know whether they were going to, like, pay for bracket and stuff. Like,
because the muscle never really takes them anywhere. So I'm guessing they just don't have.
yeah, well, Muscle usually also gets a ride from, like, Ronin
Yeah,
or
that's true.
Gigi.
Yeah, they're very, very, very solid players. Very
Yeah.
good players.
They're kind of hidden bosses, both those two
Definitely,
brothers.
yeah.
And then Muscle is,
Yeah.
the only one of those brothers that shows out and stuff.
Yeah.
He hasn't done as well this season.
No, he didn't make PR last season, and this
He
season
didn't play last.
He didn't play much. He didn't
only
play
had like
enough
4
last
tourneys,
season.
right? He only had 4 tourneys last season.
He didn't do enough last season. I don't
Okay.
think. I think he only did 2.
But yeah, no, he's been coming out more this season, and he's like in the top 20 range, but
Yeah.
not like near like PR this season.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a little out of range this time around.
But I think next season he'll be a huge contender.
yeah,
for
he almost beat Ty at Battle City.
that would have been huge.
Yeah, he's
And-
always a threat.
Like, if he had beaten Ty on Battle City, that would have spiked him up, just
yeah.
with how well Ty's doing this season. But then we have those brothers. Then we have Ronin, which I've actually lost the last time I played Robin Ronin.
Wait, really?
Yeah, at Grog. That was, like, he plays a very patient Wii Fit, and I just could not quite handle that patience that time when I
played
played
a little bit
him.
of Lucas too, I think.
Yeah, no, he
Obviously
always
we fit now, but like
Yeah, he used to play Lucas way back.
we used to play Ness and Lucas.
Ness and Lucas, yeah.
But now
I've
it's-
never played against either of those two.
Yeah,
for
now it's
him.
mainly the Wii Fit. And then
Yeah. Every
think
once in a while he'll pull out a Terry.
Really? Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's just trying to have
Yeah,
fun.
he's trying to have fun.
They're always fun to hang with.
Oh yeah, the
They go hard.
Wapato guys. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I went to I think it was Streets Calling.
Yeah.
I hung out with them for a night. Oh my gosh, they are so cool.
Yeah.
They are so nice.
They do some crazy shit.
Oh,
The
they
fun
do.
part about going to Grog is like seeing the Wapato and Yakima guys consistently.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh yeah.
and then Trigimon is
Yeah, Digimon.
He plays Pikachu and Wolf, and that's
Yeah, I've only seen him play the Wolf these days.
Yeah.
I think
He's
he
a little too
mostly is a
rough.
melee PM player, isn't he?
Yeah, well he won, or he almost won Remix.
Yeah. So I think those are like kind of his main games.
Yeah, he
if I'm
just
not
has
mistaken.
more aptitude. That's the crazy thing with like Remix in general is like it has a lot more viability like when you put it with melee tech,
Yeah,
melee players.
yeah.
So you'll find like Trix does really well in them. You'll find Zark because he plays some melee does well in them. But it's interesting to see, and that's also kind of probably one of the newest or one of the coolest new developments for our scene is
Yeah,
just having someone like Monty
Yeah.
who's so like passionate about Remix and is like part of the development part of Remix
Goes way out of the way to like get people into
to get
it.
people
yeah.
into it.
And it's working.
And it's working
the
really
last
well.
TC Tumble, there was like 18
There was-
people
there
in the
was 18
bracket,
people.
which is
Yeah.
crazy for a side bracket.
And
It's
there's
like,
a lot of interest generated. I mean, between like the melee tech type stuff combined with like the type of roster that people
Yeah.
in Ultimate like, it's,
Yeah.
it's like a perfect storm.
yeah, for sure.
That and I just love people giving people a bad time with Sans. It's so much fun.
Yeah, I'm glad that game's growing. We needed another Smash game that's not a main one. I'm glad to see at least one of them taken off.
Yeah. And then, but yeah, no, seeing Monty like on that grind though, like pushing that out has been really neat. Just because like it reminded me of like my earlier times of just like helping out with Smash stuff. I don't
Yeah.
know, just
The passion.
yeah, that passion. Just yeah, no, Monty's great. Monty
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
I have
Big
good
fan.
respect for Monty.
Big fan.
Big fan. Big fan.
It makes me wish I could go to Grogs more. It's just, yeah.
Well, it's kind of neat because Yakima has its own scene growing now. Like you look at Neo, the last Neo's Battle City, and like everyone, but like only like 2 or 3 people were all from Yakima,
Yeah. Or at least on that side of the.
or at least on
Siwa.
that side of
Yeah, the Siwa.
of Siwa. Yeah, like they have a healthier scene than I've ever seen them have before, and it's really cool
Oh,
to just see that develop out. And hopefully, like as Neos does more Battle Cities, like he'll be able to like retain those types of that type of crowd.
Yeah, yeah, because that was like XX Turbo had a really good showing there too. Another player. From
He is a
Yakima.
hitting boss.
Yeah,
He's beaten me in Grog before with the Samus. And when I heard he went Dark Pit for the Battle City, I was like, whoa, Dark Pit? Like, I was hyped. Like,
yeah, and he got 4th. Like that's actually like pretty damn
Yeah.
good considering he placed over like the Muscle and
Yeah, he beat Daydream in the process,
Yeah.
aka Grim, who
Yeah.
is finally back after COVID.
Forever.
Hooray!
Hooray! Thank goodness. I want to play Daydream again because I lost against him last time and I want to play him. I want a rematch.
I want a rematch too because me and him always went back and forth. That was always like the thing keeping him from like getting PR or something like that. It was
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was the Forever the 11th
Yeah,
for a long
forever, yeah.
time.
He just always had like it was always his record against me that held him back.
Yeah. I don't know how he'd feel around this current meta though. I feel like he might get stuck in the same rut.
I don't know because I feel like he's just like always been a solid player. Like if he gets that like that offline experience again, I think he could find it like a good place. Like
Yeah. Well, that's true. That's true. I think I always underestimate Grim a little bit though.
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause I know Neos talks him up pretty good. I know a lot of the Yakima players are very like hyped for him.
If when he gets used to offline again, I think like if he just jumped in like already with offline, I think he'd be around where me and Kid are right now. Like
Oh,
around
really?
like
I think he could. I
8
think
to 15, like 8th to 15 spot, I think.
Yeah.
Like around there.
I can see that.
That'd be interesting, yeah. So that kind of covers more into Yakima as well, too. I mean, you have Neos, who's always on the grind, having the Battle Cities back. Like, he's kind of that heart of Yakima, but just keeps that scene alive.
I'm glad he's the heart of Yakima because we always cap on him. We was like, dang, dude. I don't know. It's just Patrick's like a weird one. Like he's good when he wants to be. It's just like one of those things. Like sometimes you watch him play, and you're like, okay, dude, you're like getting it down. You're not missing a beat. And then sometimes you watch him play, and you're like, man, you're throwing. That's the only thing I can think of.
Because he has knowledge of the game. He knows like when he can see habits.
He's a pretty good coach too. Like he's
good at coaching.
Coach,
He has the eye and observation for sure. Like that's always one thing I've always admired about. Like
Now use it in bracket, Patrick. Now use it in bracket.
Then of course we have like Ty, who's kind of like the main person.
Which it's been nice to see him kind of compete again.
Yeah. It's always nice to see good players play again.
We'll see if it continues. I think he'll at least get one more in this season and sneak in with PR, but we'll see.
I mean,
we'll see.
if
You never know. He might go to more. He might go to less. Like people are kind of fickle that way. They, But yeah, we'll see. Let's see. So that's Yakima.
I mean, there's a couple. There's a
others. Few more from Yakima. Like you get to like Gambit. Who's kind of like in that upper end right now.
Yeah, he competes more. I think he could be like a super threat.
He's actually more of a threat than I realized.
Because like his biggest win like recently was against you.
Yeah, that was beating me. Yeah.
So
and he also beat Daydream.
Yeah.
He's just gotta like. I don't know. He always goes through these phases of like just not caring enough about the game, which you can tell in some of his play like it's not up to practice, and oh well, that's just how it be sometimes.
Yeah.
But oh well, if you enjoy the game and you play it, then that's always fun. Let's see, who else from you? I feel like we're
There's always Hit.
I always forgot.
I don't know if he's been around too as much. There's also like a lot of the Groggers, Usagi, Peach Ike player. There's
the only reason when I went to Grog, like I could only beat him with Bowser. Like I couldn't beat him with like Link or anything.
Oh really?
Yeah, no, I had to go Bowser. Like one of the reasons I just kept going Bowser. I was like, because I was like, dude, you're good. You're just like, since he doesn't play like offline a whole bunch, I'm just like, I know I can cheese him. So like that's why I do it. I'm like you're definitely good, so I need a character that's like just stupid. And that's Bowser.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it's just like catching him on shit. So it's like
No, it was cool because he ran his own like little mini bracket. A few weeks back, and it was cool to like just see him all play it out.
Michael's a hella cool guy. Yeah. I'm trying to think of who else do we normally get.
There was also KJR. He plays Lucario. He was at the last Neos Battle City as well.
Does Dr. W, where does he live? I don't know.
Dr. W lives in Prosser, actually.
He does? Okay, yeah, because I knew he didn't live in Yakima, but I forgot where exactly he lived.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. So we're not there yet. We'll save him for another day. There's also a couple more Wapato heads. There's there's Dio.
Samus.
Trixie Bling, we didn't really go over him.
Also in Baseline are also in Wapato.
Oh yeah, they are. They're top-ish. It's close.
Yeah. I consider that in the same.
Yeah, I mean, they're close enough. They're probably their own thing, but yeah, they're close enough. Mostly melee heads, but because everybody plays Ultimate, they've been sucked into that.
Oh, that's true. You get like Alto Baseline, Matt Tabert. I think that's Flubberlank.
Yeah, Flubberlank. There's also there's Abel. I forgot his time.
Oh, Tobito.
Yeah, Tobito. Yeah.
He's good too.
Yeah.
I've never had a chance to play him yet.
Yeah, no,
but
he's
he has some good cloud stuff.
Yeah, when he cares, he's fun. But he still comes around, just to say he comes around to Grog every so often just to say what's up, which is always fun.
We almost forgot my boy Darminator.
Oh yeah, Darminator.
Charm,
he's in Yakima.
Charm when he starts to come out to stuff, I think it's gonna be like right around that like kind of like 15. like range. Like,
Oh yeah, I can see it.
so I'm stoked for that. But
He's still on the med school grind.
he's got life shit.
Yeah,
He's-
yeah.
yeah.
So you're not always gonna. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess even after that, because he's trying to be like what, a doctor or something.
Yes.
Yeah, he's on a hard pursuit.
Yeah. So that I mean, you know, I'm sure doctors can find time to play, but like it'll still be like even after he gets his job, still be kind of sparse because
Yeah.
he's gonna be in school for a while, and then on top of that, getting that kind of job too. It's like, you know,
For sure.
Yeah, it's a pretty big commitment. For sure.
yeah. But you know what? You know, you got to make that bread sometimes.
Oh yeah. No, that grind. No, it'll definitely go good for him.
I'm trying to think if we're missing any.
Trixie Bling.
I kind of mentioned it briefly earlier. I was like, oh, kind of glazed over him, even though he had like a crazy good like tourney showing. This,
Oh yeah, Trixie
season.
Bling 7th out of 63 at the last tumble
With
he went
upsets
to.
over Cinnamons and who else did he?
He beat
upset?
Cinnamon, Lavi. He lost to Neptunic round 1 and had to go right into Chill round 1 and losers.
Poor Chill.
Poor Chill.
Oh yeah, Chill was not.
Grim
Yeah,
Chill.
It was very discouraged after that.
That was a rough time for Chill. But yeah, because Trixie Bling's always been good. Like
Yeah.
he even goes to like Western Washington tourneys and does pretty decent there as well.
Yeah, I think that's what's helped him out a lot too. Is like, you know, just that like higher level grind. And with Zelda too, that's a a character.
Not an easy character.
Yeah.
Like as far as you know, doing that well with the character.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, no, it's hard. Let's see if we keep moving. I guess the next one after that would be like Sunnyside Grandview, which is
Sunnyside
like,
Grandview, and you get like Bladesy.
Yeah, the people who still live there is myself, Bladesy. I guess PM64 too.
PM64.
Yeah.
I am so hyped to see like what's next for PM64. That's
I want to play
actually-
him. I'm 100% certain I can beat him.
Well, yeah, I think you could beat him just because you have that like
The
tactile
Bowser,
Bowser down. I
yeah.
feel like you could do it, but I think he is gonna like wreck some people.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Or he's gonna just keep up really
He's
well.
a CWA Bowser. Like it's baked in.
It's baked
It's
in.
baked in.
Oh man, I'm just hyped because at first, like when I saw him the first time, I'm like, okay, yeah, just new player or whatever. And I even thought that like right when I was about to play him, like at Warm Days, I'm just like, okay, just another player. I'll just win. And then he just pulls out that Bowser, and I was hanging on for my life. I was like, man. Like I said before, like just similar mindset to Plaidman, as far as like just being more of a tactile type of Bowser.
Yeah, which it makes it harder for us because that's not what we're used to. It's not like,
But it's
we're
what we
used to
need.
a certain style. Yeah,
It's what we need to learn.
Yeah.
So, no, I am extremely hyped. I'm also really excited to see it, like, especially since we're gonna see more of Bladesy this summer.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna do pretty well.
Because I could see him like wrecking some stuff too.
He's just, I don't know what he's missing, but I always tell him every time, I'm like, dude, like, I play him in friendlies and he's like cooking me a lot. And then there are other times where like he just, I think it's just the nerves get to him or something, because like he kind of like fumbles a lot. Like,
Yeah.
like in the crew battle, like he was like taking.
Oh, the
damage.
crew battle.
He went
Yeah.
fucking
Oh
off.
my gosh!
Fucked
Can we
everybody.
talk more about
Yeah.
that crew battle?
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna come back to this, but we're gonna go on a tangent about the TCT crew battle that happened like last week or something.
Yeah, that was last week.
Yeah.
So like the backstory, you know, like Slaine and I are making a team. I'm like
And then
recruiting
I
people
bail.
on.
I bail.
Slaine
I'm like
bails the
lazy.
day of. I have Sin ready. I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna put Sin in first. You know, have him clean out most of the people, and then just have people clean up. You know, that was my initial thought. And Sin's like, no, you go first. I'll be the anchor. I'm like, okay, fine, you can be anchor.
Oh, he hates going first. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And so like, okay, fine. And then Slaine doesn't show up. I'm like, okay, Bladesy, you were our alternate, but we'll just put you on. And so then like I go up against Break 2K first, beat Break 2K. It was close. I only had one stock left. Go up against Fat Kid. I take one stock off Fat Kid. Fat Kid finishes me off. I'm thinking, okay, Lucina's probably good against Wii Fit. We'll put Bladesy in. Maybe he can at least keep it even, you know.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have very high expectations going in. I'll be honest. Like
the truth comes out.
Truth comes out.
Yeah.
And then Bladesy comes in, finishes off Fat Kid with no stocks lost. No stocks lost. Like, he has all 3 stocks and took 2 stocks from Fat Kid. And then PZRT comes in with his Pyramithra. Not sure why he pulled the Pyramithra out. But Bladesy, like,
Oh yeah. I
2
think
stocks him.
I think he hates like Lucina Roy or whatever.
Okay, that
I
makes
think he
sense.
just wanted to play Angus that day. He's like kind of wanting to pick him
Yeah.
up.
But yeah, Bladesy 2-stocked him. Bladesy only lost 1 stock with that set, with that one. And then ISD right after. And ISD pulls out his Roy. Funny enough.
And beats him, but he only has 1 stock left.
Yeah, almost beats ISD. Only takes like 2 stocks, I think. And so over the course of Blazy's run, Blazy took 7 stocks. Like 2 whole people's worth. And then some.
It might have been 8 stocks.
He was MVP of that.
Yeah, that was wild.
That was
so unexpected. I'm so glad I didn't show up just because we got that.
Yeah,
and then I
that
came
was
in,
worth.
and it was 3 against 9 stocks. And
Yeah. Like I knew my team was stacked. I knew my team was good. I knew my team was like bordering on breaking the rules because I had
cheater.
Oh,
No, but I dropped out, I guess technically, so you know.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
1 PR player gone. So I
Yeah.
mean, it helped even it out a little bit more.
You can't say it was stacked, even though I'm washed. Like it still counts for whatever right now.
Yeah. But no, Bladesy, super sick.
Yeah.
It was
really
really
worth
happy.
it. I'm glad I did that.
That was.
Oh shit, are we home?
Yeah, we're just about there.
Yeah, we're.
So we
the
probably
exit.
won't finish up everything. We're just hitting like everything but Tri-Cities.
Well, I mean, I guess Johnny and I will have to do it then, which is fine.
Yeah, I'm chill with that.
Because I mean, we still got like another like 20 minutes until like even after we drop them off,
Yeah, drop off the kids.
which is fine.
This lane is like.
Yeah, it's weird. They're doing construction.
Yeah, they're doing construction in Kennewick. Construction at night is always like a spooky thing.
Yeah, especially because you don't know like what exactly is gonna be where.
Yeah, I know. Like my sister was coming home from just visiting from Seattle, and she hadn't been home since they did this like altercation to like the highway, and she was like, yeah, like I almost fucking like ran into the side of the road because I didn't expect it to curve. It's just supposed to be a straight shot.
Yeah. God. We were at what? Bladesy taking all the. Yeah. He's just like I said. Like I said the same thing about like Bebop when I saw Bebop start to pop up. And he's just like before he did, right before, like he's just missing something, and I don't know what it is. There's just that like. There's just that spark that player gets of like, oh, I know what I'm supposed to do now.
Yeah.
And you just kind of like feel it. Like I can't explain it, but like you kind of start knowing. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, like.
So
Yeah.
now that I kind of have breaking out of that, like, do you like what's your opinion on like what that was? Like, do you know?
It's just I guess the easiest thing to say is like the awareness of what to do and what kind of like what you should do. Like I guess game awareness, because like there were a lot of times where like you had like the tech. And you had like a lot of the combos. You're just implementing them like at the right times.
For sure.
So that's I guess game awareness would be the best way to describe that.
I would agree, honestly.
Yeah, you know.
I would agree.
So Blazy's just kind of missing like, I mean he kind of has that, but like it's not consistent. So you know once he starts getting that down, like I think he'll just start like.
Because he's got like the fundamentals. Like,
Yeah, he does.
Like, for sure.
He's just missing like that, like go out there and just start killing them.
Mm-hmm.
You know. And then and then obviously myself and Peace live in that area still, so there's that. Not too much to say there. Kind of already know.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, we know. Peace obviously number 1. Not much to say there. Who else? Okay, so if we keep going, I guess Prosser, Dr. W, who. Honestly,
W,
he's like a wild ride for me.
He is a wild card,
yeah.
and even Draymond from Eugene, because Dr. W comes from Eugene, kind of said the same thing about Dr. W. Like, he's one of those players that'll usually do pretty well in bracket, usually with a new character that you've seen for the first time ever that day, and then maybe he'll pull out the Lucario.
He almost beat Sin with Lucario.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, which is like
Lucario comeback factor is stupid.
Yeah, it is. It is wild. I mean, Sin also obviously did not know what to do in that matchup, but
Oh,
that's what it
Not
goes.
see him?
No, I don't think he's here. I was waiting inside. I want to buy a milkshake.
Okay.
Okay, so you're good to go?
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay.
kids, say hi to the people. I know you haven't said anything.
Yeah, he
Oh
was
yeah, I
napping.
took a little nap.
Yeah.
I was so tired. I was like, fuck, I'm fucking
He was like, fuck this podcast. You guys are free. I don't need to say
I
nothing.
talked
was
about
like-
my run. I'm done.
Yeah. I was like, fuck, you guys know the scene more better than me. Just history. I'm like, I barely came in like 3 years ago. I don't know jack shit.
True.
Yeah, I gotta go cook for the boys now.
All right.
Alright.
Later, man.
Later,
Good shit today.
Do you have anything in the trunk you need to get out, or?
No, I'm good.
Okay, cool.
Sweet. Later, man.
Later.
That was fun. Thank you, Johnny.
Yep.
See y'all
Yeah, no
on
problem.
Saturday.
We're still recording, right? Hell yeah.
Whew. Now there are.
Yeah, so
And then number
Dr.
3.
W, like, yeah, Dr. W, I mean, it's like an hour and 9. I guess we can just go till we get home, Johnny. It'll be like, what, an hour 30?
Yeah, that's
Fine.
perfect.
But yeah, Dr. W, like, you know, he always impresses me, like, when I see him do well, because, like, when I see him switch so much, I'm like, man, this is probably going to go bad, but, you know, he surprises me.
Do you think he had, like, a lot of the way he handles his sets reminds me of Four Eyes, but at the same time, I feel like it's different.
Yeah, like just like a new character just to combat whatever ails him in the moment.
I feel like it's just he just plays who he wants to play.
that too.
Yeah.
Like,
But sometimes he legit like switches characters for like certain matchups.
Oh yeah, he'll definitely switch characters for matchups.
Okay.
Yeah. Because like that's what he did against Sin. Like, you know, obviously like Meta Knight wasn't doing it, so he just went Lucario and it was
sure.
working. You know.
but as far as like who he starts playing
Yeah.
that tournament, it's just kind of like who
Yeah.
he's been liking lately.
That's true.
Because he just doesn't really have a main, which, you know, like, I don't know. I think he can definitely fill in like a really good niche, like having all these characters and being like to be able to be that kind of player. But
Yeah.
at the same time, like having one character be your foundation, I think would just help so much. Like,
Which probably is Lucario like overall.
yeah, no,
you
I
know?
think his Lucario is probably
Yeah.
the best from what I've seen. But he's got a lot of them.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you can't knock that comeback factor, killing people at like 60 with back air.
60 with back
Yeah.
air. Yep, that's happened to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of characters in the game can do this, but you know, nice when you play a character that can, operate like that. And let's see. So if we move past him, I guess after Prosser it would be Benton City,
Benton
which is
City.
like, yeah,
And that's me.
Puddles too.
Puddles. Oh,
Is there anybody
Puddles.
else from Benton City?
Well, there's Puddles' brother, but he hasn't been
Tio,
anything quite
yeah.
a while. Used to play
But-
Link and Violet.
But yeah, no, Puddles have been coming out lately again, which is dope to see.
Yeah.
He actually,
Yeah,
he
has some
actually,
better runs lately.
yeah, he actually went Robin this last tournament for like most of it.
Yeah.
And it did pretty well. It was really cool to see. But it's good to see him again too. It's
Yeah.
just kind of been a while since I've consistently seen him.
Yeah. No, it's always good to see Puddles around.
Which, you know, I think if he consistently went, like again, I think he would be in that like kind of
he
15
could
to 20
definitely
range
make
for
PR
sure.
on a season.
I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
If he had the full momentum that he used to have in Sesh meta, yeah.
Yeah.
I can totally see it.
Yeah.
I think he could snipe.
Which
the
is like,
spot.
he could definitely, because like he has all of these like sometimes like he'll just like have an average run, but like he'll get like crazy wins, like, you know, like Break 2K.
Yeah.
Like he'll get like 9th, but then he'll beat like Break 2K and like who else did he like Chill? Did he beat Chill?
I swear he's beaten Chill. He's
he-
beaten Kid with Ganon.
Kid, yes, okay, that's what I'm thinking.
I
of,
remember like him telling me about that side. He felt bad. He's like, man, I camped with Ganon. I'm like,
Good for you.
good
Yeah.
for you.
You know what? Yeah. So like, yeah, he'll just do shit like that. You know, like he'll be like, oh, I got 9th today, and I'm like, oh, you know, who'd you lose to? And it's like, oh, I lost to, like, you know, like D or something, like, you know, like.
Oh
some-
yeah, it's always D actually. That is actually the the main
But then he'll
bracket
be,
demon.
but then he'll be like Kid and Break 2K, and I'm just like, what the hell? Like, okay, like, you know, you don't even get top 8. Like, that's wild.
That's true because he's always so inconsistent.
And then he'll beat Johnny like all the time.
oh
too,
yeah,
Oh.
0 and 17.
Oh my god, that's so
Yeah,
ridiculous.
like he
That's like a meme at this point.
He also just kept Johnny from like a lot of shit. Like he was the reason.
Johnny,
yeah.
he's the reason Johnny
Yeah.
made PR. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
He's
no,
the
not.
reason that
Yeah.
kept me from.
Yeah, kept Johnny from making a lot of runs. A lot
Well,
of people praise-
it's either way
praise
you want to look at it. Glass half full, half
Yeah.
empty.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people's half full. They were like, "I want to play Johnny." Hell yeah!
Yeah.
Because it would usually be Puddles would beat Johnny, and then
Puddles would
lose to-
DQ right after.
or lose to D. Like, you know, like
Yeah. Yeah, he'd either
Yeah.
lose to D or DQ right
Yeah.
after.
Well, we're dropping
man.
off. We're dropping off the bop right now.
Yes,
So
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Any last words, Bebop?
yeah,
Uh,
wanna say
just-
anything to the
It
people?
was a fantastic tourney. Thanks for driving, Johnny.
Yeah.
Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your CWA
Oh
cast.
yeah, we will.
Hey.
I think I have
Definitely.
everything.
Got everything from the trot. Nothing from the
Yeah,
trot.
I got my bag. All right, I think I'm good.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Later,
See ya,
guys.
man.
Drive safe.
See ya.
See ya.
We'll try.
Okay. And he said he got everything from the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, now it's just Johnny and Slaine flying solo.
Now we can talk
Yeah.
like real
Yeah,
crap
real
about like.
shit
Oh
about
man.
them. Yeah.
Oh man, we
Yeah,
can.
fuck those guys.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Especially as we get into like closer to
I
Tri
know,
Cities,
yeah.
like.
It's like,
Oh, and Hermiston. We
Um,
never covered Hermiston.
Oh yeah, I guess we'll jump to that. You know,
Yeah.
from Benton City to Hermiston. Well, I mean, those are the two like closest to they're almost the same distance from
Tri-Cities.
So, you know.
Although at the same time, like, I feel like there's like some like kindredness to that in its own way, because Puddles and I would always go to Hermiston like the early days.
Oh, I know.
Like,
that was like Puddles did like really well there. Like he would always beat me at those, but he wouldn't beat me at like some of the other tournaments.
that was his turf.
Yeah.
That was his actual turf in those those Tech Goose ones.
Those Tech Gooses. I know. He was just so comfortable there. You could tell. He'd always get like top 4. Great to see. And so I guess that's our segue into Hermiston. You know, obviously Mega Homies, like, damn dude, those guys are some of the coolest, chillest in our scene.
Yes.
Always a pleasure to be around them. I think what we'll do is we'll list them all off and then just start talking about some of them. Start with they're in our minds.
Yeah.
So we're not just being like who. So at the top of my head, we're thinking like what, like Fat. Let's see, there's Fat Kid, Ivan or Chichon,
Jimon Lee.
Yeah. So we'll go over his names in a second. Fimblevetter, Break 2K, ISD, PZRT, and am I missing any?
We got Minty.
Oh, and Minty and Tiki Torch.
Tiki Torch.
Can't forget about Tiki. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
His voice.
Oh my
What are you doing?
What are you doing? Mama. And then also
Minty.
Double O Kevin.
Double O Kevin's from there?
Yeah, Double O Kevin's from there.
Okay, yeah.
And then Day Day, back when he used to go.
Oh yeah, dang dude. Rip. He was one of the ones who helped set up the tournaments too.
Yeah, he was one of the early ones, especially for like Tech and stuff. Like he kind of made the start, and then Skylar back kind of
just took it over.
Yeah.
Are we missing any? Are those all
I think those are the mainstays.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's probably a couple like for like brothers and stuff. Like there's Ubriculus, Kaneshiro.
Yeah.
There's also another new one. There's a couple other new ones that I know I'm forgetting. Kukwe or something like that.
Oh yeah, I've seen.
He's really new. But I haven't really played him at all or anything yet. But.
Yeah. So they're growing a little, which is always nice.
And they're definitely wanting to push that growth. Like,
they've really got the grind. I mean, like, you know, Break 2K, definitely Break 2K. Seems like he's really like trying to, you know, get into it because he's been going to like a lot of the big shit. Yeah, and then like, you know, like obviously all the other ones too. You know, they all went up to, a lot of them went to Back in Blood.
A lot of them went to They all either went to Back in Blood or they went to the Grand tourney that we went to today. Like they were all on the grind, and that was actually really neat because like usually they'd all just go as one unit, so to have them like splinter off like that.
Yeah,
was,
that
like,
was kind of wild.
Wild.
And they would have if the registration didn't cap. Yeah, I know. Chichon was like, they were just full, so I didn't go. Like, yeah, well, it happens. But yeah, I guess anyone in particular you want to start with that you have something?
I kind of want to just start with a preface of like all these players at some point have been, or at least of the core ones, have been the best player at Hermiston at some point.
Yeah.
Like all of them have.
Yeah,
like Fimblevetter I Love Blondes is probably the obvious one that most people think of.
Yeah.
Either that or like Break 2K because they both actually have made, you know, PR at some point.
Yeah.
But I think ISD gets looked over quite a bit, like for that one season where he beat both Fameblade and Sin.
I don't know why he doesn't stick Min.
And probably just not.
Yeah.
ISD kind of has the same mindset of he's not going to play what he doesn't have fun with.
Yeah.
And I definitely respect that for sure. And I think he really enjoys the characters he plays now between
Roy.
He has like Roy. I think he still has his Violeth.
But he mostly goes Roy. He's really trying to push the Roy.
He's really trying to push the Roy, which is actually really cool if like because PZRT and ISD are kind of like Mega Bros in a sense. So they're like the Roy Bros kind of.
I know. He was like, man, PZRT got me onto Roy and Crom. I just having a lot of fun playing them. I'm like, okay, he's showing you the way. Fuck it.
Yeah. And I remember playing PZRT for the first time and like I'm trying to think if I won or lost. Part of me says I actually lost because he played a really patient Roy.
Yeah, dude, really, really solid player. I know I've lost to him once before too.
Yeah.
It's, you know.
Both of them would have made Wi-Fi Warrior, but they'd only do 2 tourneys every Wi-Fi season.
That's wild. I mean, to be fair, you know, 3 is asking a lot of someone.
For Wi-Fi.
Yeah, for Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
If you weren't into that kind
Wi-Fi
of thing.
is pain.
Yeah.
I look back and like I try playing Wi-Fi every great once in a while. I'm just like, no, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't go back.
That's just how a lot of people feel.
Yeah.
I feel that. I mean, I was never really in Wi-Fi, but yeah. And
then we have Tiki. Like, especially in the earlier days, Tiki had some moments where he was like.
Even now, he still does. Like he can always make like a wild upset.
Yeah, because
Like,
he's
at
done that
least
to Joel twice.
Yeah.
Not even once, twice. And then he's beaten Break 2K on more than a few occasions. He's beaten.
Yeah.
He's beaten Fimblevetter. He's beaten
Chichone. He's beaten. I think he's even beaten. Actually, yeah. In fact, I think he's beaten everybody.
He's beaten everyone else in Hermiston at some point, of course, and then some. Like, he's always kind of a surprise one because you always think, oh, it's just Gannett, like. But no, Tiki has a very good sense on the game, and just like if he knows you have a weak spot, he'll just take advantage of it. Like he literally during one of the sets versus Break 2K, he intentionally put himself off stage because he knew Break 2K was going to do a specific option, and then he just punished that.
Yeah. Like he's got really good games. I think they all do too.
They all do.
Yeah.
Like, and it's because they like to grind together as much as they do.
I mean, and Tiki's almost beaten D before. Like I've seen that. Like he, because for some reason, Ganon also just kills everybody. Even Bowser like 60 at backyard life. It's wild. Yeah. So he, not to be slept on at all. Really good. He's also just a really chill and funny dude.
Oh yeah, Tiki is such a.
It's just some of the funniest shit.
Oh
man.
my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
Those guys were like some of the first guys I really met in Smash. Like when I started playing Smash. Like I did doubles with Fimblevetter, and it was like ZSS Wii Fit, and we totally lost hard, but we had so much fun. Like, it was good.
No, yeah. God. And then Fimblevetter definitely we kind of.
I feel like he's under the same umbrella as Puddles in some sense.
Just kind of like he's proven he's done really well, and he's making he's made waves and he's made PR and stuff. But I think he just never wanted to really stick with it. Like he's always there for the grind, but not as hard as some of the others. He's just more wanted to be chill about it.
Yeah, they even had a meme of him like, oh yeah, if Rain's the coach now. He's the semi-retired coach.
Yeah.
He's gonna get the rest of Hermiston up and going.
which is still great that he's still taking part in it.
Oh yeah.
You can get a lot of benefit out of that. It's kind of like what happened. Kind of what Taylor became before he quit.
He kind of had that coaching sense in him.
Yeah, and he was the forever TO.
He was
mad respect for that. And mad respect for people like that. Who just are just kind of willing to play a different role instead of the player. Recognizing
just between the streamers and between especially the TOs. And especially those who go out of their way to find places to have tourneys and stuff like that.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it's I guess that's another segue into Skylar, into Fat Kid.
Yeah.
Who held it down for them too. I know him and Day were
they originally found Tech Goose.
Yeah, and they were the ones mostly running. It was mostly Day, but then Skylar just started doing it because Day. I don't know. He just had. Yeah. Last time he came, he talked to me, and he was like, "Yeah, I just got life stuff going on." So.
Yeah. I know he has a wife. I wonder if he has a kid or anything like that. I don't think he has.
I think he might have moved somewhere else too.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I think it's still within the area, but they might have moved. And when you have a wife and you're moving, and
Yeah, just all that kind of.
Yeah, it can be hard to get away, especially if you got other shit going on in your life too.
Yeah. For sure.
But yeah, him and Day, mega homies, always holding it down. Really dope. And Skylar, he can also get some crazy wins too.
He's one who will always take people to game 3 or last game. He's done that to Joel before. He's done that to Ty before. He's done that.
He's done that to me before too.
He's done that to me as well. He's one of those people where if he's on point and he has some of his Wii Fit labbed out stuff going on, it's actually really terrifying to watch. I've seen him do it to Zark where he did some sort of nair header combo thing, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's 70% right there.
Yeah. And then now you're like, oh my god, get me out of here. Get me out. Yeah.
Wii Fit is terrifying in that sense where, you think it's some passive projectile character, and she is.
He likes to go in every now and then.
Yeah, and Wii Fit's kind of built to do that sometimes.
Yeah.
Pretty fast little options and stuff and disjoints.
The crazy hitboxes that cover front and behind.
Yeah.
So what a wild character. And then there's also, let's see, we talked about.
So we talked about ISD.
Oh, Chichon.
Chichon.
Yes, Shitmon Lee.
We thought
so many names.
Shitmon Lee,
Yeah.
Chichon, Dark Scrotum, the scumbag of Notre Dame, Iguano,
yeah.
Malgus.
Yeah. just a new name like every
Oh yeah.
week. Even didn't he go a different name in this tournament too? Wasn't it something different?
Oh yeah, he went Reggie Mex or something.
I know, because he was on the phone when we were playing friendlies, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm at the tournament," because he was talking to his brother or something. And he's like, "What do you mean you don't see me?" He's like, "Oh, I put in a different tag." He's like, "I'm Reggie Max." And I know, and I was like, always here for a good time. Another player who's also just like missing just that something, that awareness of like he could just be like so
He'd be so
he
good.
could be really
Well,
good.
like half the time though, the only reason where he does like falter as much as he does is either one, he'll be hungover, or two, he'll have no sleep.
Yeah.
Like he usually just has too many tournaments where he's one or the other of those two things.
Yeah.
But then even then, he'll still have that same kind of issue of he's missing just that one little something. Like,
like just pushing it to the next level, and like, you know, really making like all the upsets and getting like, you know, PR. Even he can do it. He's brought it close. It's just, you know.
Yeah. He definitely has moments where he looks like he's a top 5 player in
Yeah,
CWA.
I know.
Like you just watch his play and you're just like, whoa.
I was like, damn, dude, you just like calm them to death.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always.
But it's also hard with Sheik though.
Yeah, I know. He has to
Like
win so
Sheik is a
much.
very intensive character where you just have to play as if you're the top player ever, you know.
Yeah.
Or else it just doesn't look as good. But
Oh yeah.
man. Chichon's awesome.
Yeah. Let's see. So we got.
Chichon, we got
Break
TT,
2K. Yeah, we haven't talked about
Break 2K.
Yeah,
Oh
someone
my
who
God.
also like had a big glow up too. Like he's been
Last
definitely on the
season,
come up.
like that last tourney of last season,
Yeah, dude,
how much he topped off.
I know.
Just, that was so cool to watch. And then we're all cheering like, because he had like the darker Ken costume, and we're like, Mexican.
Yeah.
That's like just one random moment I'll always remember.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I always felt like kinship to him because how good either of us did always felt like really close to being tied together. Like that same tournament, I also got third. I don't know. Like I feel like when he does bad, I do bad, and when I do bad, he does bad too. And like it's like at the last TCT. Like we both got upset into losers like our first round, and then
you lost to Gucci.
Yeah,
right?
I lost to Gucci,
and
he
he lost to Puddle.
Yeah,
and then you guys and you guys are like seated 8th and 9th.
I know. And
like you guys are supposed to be top 8. It's like, no, losers round 1 for you guys.
And legit, we had to play each other the loser round, and I was like, man, this shit sucks. And it was game 3, and I was like, this shit is like, whatever, man. I was like, one of us is going 0-2. Fuck it, whatever.
Oh man.
And then. I think he either wins one more or he loses his next round. And
he lost his next round.
Yeah, I know. I don't even know
because Zark fell down there.
Oh, and he lost his Zark.
Either the Zark or Bebop or something.
It was like something wild like that. And I remember, and I was like, oh, dude, how'd you do? He's like, oh, I don't want to talk about it. And I was like, fuck, for real, dude? Like, I was like, you're fucking kidding me, dude. In my head, I was like, dude, I feel you though. That shit, like in my head, I was like, damn, dude, it just wasn't the tournament.
And sometimes you're just gonna have a tournament that's just like that.
I don't know. I can't control, because in my head I was like, fuck it, losers run. And then I saw that and I was like, god damn, dude. Like that bracket path is treacherous.
That was
it was And then,
I swear, that's why seeding, like, as soon as you hit those upper seeds, like, you won't, like, you're not quite immune to it, but at the same time you're just, I feel like there's so much cushioning.
Yeah. There is. But damn, dude. Yeah, I always mad respect for him. Even though I don't particularly like Show. There's a lot of.
Shonen characters are just hard to deal with because, at least for me, they're the ones I feel like I have to be very explicit on camping out the most.
Yeah, like because they're like one of the few characters that will straight up actually just kill you when they touch
Yeah,
you.
you're either getting 70 or you're dying right now.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I played Dream Boy. He's like number 4. He was number 4 in Eugene or something like that. I played him in Portland because he moved to Portland, and it was one of the locals I did down there. And yeah, I had to play the most degenerate game to catch back up. I barely won game 3, and he could tell that he knew that like I had to do what I had to do, but at the same time he's just like,
Yeah.
because it was just like a little grenade off the edge, like one of those situations. But yeah, Ken Gunner matchup, that's not either player of those characters' favorite matchup.
No, it is not. I mean, I don't know. Shorter players are kind of used to getting like camped on a little bit, like a lot, because you really, especially when you feel like you can't really approach them either, because like if they start up tilting, you're down tilting, and you gotta, I don't know, man. I don't even really know what to do sometimes. It's just like, it's like fuck, man. If you don't have a projectile, I don't know how some characters deal with it.
Yeah.
I think that's why Sin likes going Kazi against him, because he could just bullshit him back.
Oh yeah.
It's like fuck it.
Oh yeah.
That's
No, I
one
don't.
big reason.
Yeah, it makes for a fun matchup though, because both of them are just. Because it's one thing if Sin's going Kazuya on like, say like Slayer Zelda or My Gunner or something like that, where it's just like, I don't feel like dealing with your projectile stuff.
Yeah.
But when it's like Shoto versus Tekken character, it's just a nasty just punch out. It's so much fun to watch.
Break 2K would kill him, and then he would come back and get an electric and kill him back, and it was just kind of how it goes.
It's just so hype watching it though.
Really
it was
hype.
oh man, it was that was some juicy sets.
And then some of the other ones, Double O Kevin.
Kevin plays Rob.
Yeah, plays Rob. Like, you know, he's someone who could use the level up a little bit. You know, to get to that level.
He got chilled in game 3 once.
Yeah, you know
actually.
what? Yeah.
Like he's had some moments, but yeah, he's definitely one that he's just hanging with the homies.
You know, and I'm sure, you know, if he sticks around with them and like takes it seriously, he can get to that level. Like
Oh yeah, it's just an overtime thing.
Yeah. Who else?
Let's see. We had PZRT.
Yeah. I thought we kind of talked about him.
Yeah, we talked about him a little bit. You're right.
But yeah, dude, Roy. You know, he's beaten us before. Like, obviously a big threat. Always on the grind too. That man, really trying to get shit down. So
yeah,
you know,
like him and ISD are probably Actually, I don't know who's they're all kind of grinders.
Yeah.
Or at least between Break, ISD, and PZRT, like those three seem like the main grinders. As of now, at least.
Like if you just talk to them, you wouldn't really get that impression. But then you watch some of the stuff they try and do, and you're like, no, yeah, these people like are legit like trying shit. Like, you know, like they're trying to do like cool shit. And get their combos and like movement shit down. So like
And Hermiston in particular kind of has like, as far as like the type of game they like to play, they like to play that more aggressive game. They like to play like more in your face and more just at each other. Like that's just kind of how they like to play more so than say like a lot of other parts of the region.
Shit. We're almost to Benton City. Yeah, so I guess we'll kind of blow through some of these people just so like we at least cover them, you know, so that way, you know, we don't miss anybody. Cause I feel kind of bad.
So, because we missed the entirety of Tri-Cities.
Yeah, that's why.
Do we need to talk about Tri-Cities?
I mean, to make some people, you know, I do want to give a big shout out. I know. I don't know. I feel like with a lot of the newer heads, you know, like it's kind of understated just how important, like you know, like Smash Lord, like Taylor Howard, Yeah, it's kind of understated just how important to the scene that man was, because like it definitely wouldn't be what it is if he wasn't like the guy running it. I don't know. I just feel like he doesn't get like enough attention.
That's true. Like, I don't think the new generation knows enough, you know, of how much Taylor did for our scene. Because I think the only impression a lot of the newer players got was Wi-Fi halfway in the grave Taylor.
Yeah, but even then, like the fact that he would do it,
the fact that he was doing that every week despite him being halfway in the grave.
Yeah, and he was like streaming it, and he was, you know, like trying to make it fun, you know.
Yeah, because he did that for weeks and weeks, and and he had fun with it still, though. He definitely had fun with it still.
Oh yeah. I miss streaming Taylor. You know,
streaming Taylor really was fun. That was actually a fun era of Taylor.
Yeah, that was a fun era. I know he got really discouraged when Neos won Streamer of the Year. He was like, I give these people tournaments every week, and they pick Neos over me. He was like, He's like, I guess I see where I stand.
Well,
like,
well, I think the even sadder thing was like when he didn't get like the Hall of Fame thing.
Yeah,
the first time around. I was shocked.
I voted Taylor in the Hall of Fame.
I voted for Taylor as well.
Yeah,
like that one, and they put me instead. I'm just like, I'm kind of the shinier person.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, but like,
moment,
Taylor didn't really like go out and like he wasn't like as outreaching with a lot of like like just talking to people as like I guess you.
I would say he was because he was one of the first people I talked to in the scene at least.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, he did, but like I feel like some people just didn't really feel like that, like like kind of more friendly vibe.
That's true. Taylor was more of like if you have questions about the scene, or if you like, it's more of like your introduction kind of a thing. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, and then there's Tri-Cities, which is just Tri-Cities. Yeah.
We have a lot of good players. I mean, like Zin, D, Kid.
That's where like the majority of them
there's
live.
so many good players that like we could probably mention.
I'm pretty
even
sure
like
we've
the
all
old
mentioned them.
heads, like
Presley, KB,
Joel.
Joel.
Super Bottle.
Yeah, Bottle.
Jules, Nomad.
Yeah.
Full Swerve.
I miss Full Swerve.
Oh man, Full Swerve. Man, that's why. Like, I mean, it's literally his Smashcast that inspired this whole thing.
Yeah, I know, right? And like they would,
Yeah, biggest shout outs to freaking Full Swerve if he ever hears this.
Yeah, so I guess since we actually had enough time to do like we started this halfway through the car ride. Let me see how much time are we at? Hour 35.
Hour 35.
Yeah, fuck it, that's good.
That's beautiful. So
yeah,
we can probably just end it there. Sign off for now, and
yeah,
thanks for listening in. If you listened for the whole thing, was this an hour and a half?
Yeah, about hour and a half. Yeah, I hope.
We'll see how much the highway wrecks the audio, and even if it doesn't, I still want this.
Yep. Yeah. We'll double check. But yeah. Anyways, yeah. So. Thanks for listening. If we ever post this, it whittled down to Johnny and I, but yeah, I got to get going, so I got to get home. So, all right, guys, see you next time. Whatever. Bye.
Bye.